Hey everyone, welcome back to another drugstore. Get ready with me. So for my lips, actually, I used the Sunbum Mineral SPF 30 lip prep. We're going to be playing with the Profusion Sienna's palette for our eyes. I've got some Maybelline Tattoo Studio, something new. We have got the new CoverGirl True Blend Mineral Powders. I have both. And I've got the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Mattifying. I think this is new. A lot of the stuff I saw was new. This Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer for the brows. And I've got the new Superstay from Maybelline. We're going to be doing sort of the best full coverage drugstore foundation for oily or combination skins that hold up in the heat and is budge proof. It is transfer resistant and it's a holy grail of mine, so I figured we would use this in the video. And also we're going to be using the new Maybelline Superstay concealer. So if you're excited for this video, subscribe to my channel if you want. It is free. Like the video at the end if you did, and let's just go ahead and get started. I primed my eyes using the, okay, what I did was I put the concealer on. This is a new way I found to do it. Then I put the CoverGirl lid lock on and I just set it with, not set it, but I pounced it out with the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and then I covered it with powder to really lock it in there. I guess that's what one is supposed to do to get the shadows not to transfer or move all day long. So today I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Rich Brown Brow Pencil. I figured I would do one brow on camera. I usually just brush up to get the ideal shape I want. This is a very micro fine tip. It's a total dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I start right here in the middle. I never start in the front, and then I just bring it down toward the tail. The tail should be the darkest part of the brow, and then I start in the middle on the top. So this is going to be sort of a super long video, but my viewers seem to like the super long videos. Let me know in the comments, do you prefer, oh, and then if you have skin underneath your brow hair where there's no brows, I always go toward the corner of my nose to fill those gaps in, which is a very handy trick. It has never steered me wrong. And then I sort of outline the shape I want of my brow, just extending a little bit further in. That's how I want my brow to lay. And I just do a couple of hair-like strokes. Nothing too crazy. Then I'm going to take the spoolie side and run it through the brow hairs and then brush the front upward to create more of a natural brow, that natural gradient to where the middle is darker than the front. And I have had some crazy brow days, because girls, not every day is a good brow day. So that's just what I do for the brow. I'm going to go do the other brow off camera and I'll be right back. And again, for brows, for our fiber, this is great because it does create a lot of volume. What I always do is wipe off the excess, and this is sort of a weird, like angled, and then it goes flat, but it has little rubber bristles on the sides. So what I always do is back comb so that it, see how it lifts all the hairs? If you want your eyebrows to be super bushy, then you can do that and then flop them up. But I don't really like that. Just kind of like them to sit. But yeah, it definitely does the trick. Back combing, it also gets all the skin that's showing through to be covered up. This is an excellent brow gel. If you've never tried it, you must. I want to fix this brow. I decided against the Profusion palette because I found this Milani palette and I want to do another look with this. This is just the Gilded Rouge palette, and so inside we have a large mirror and we've got all of these great shimmers, and I love this row right here, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. But you can also play with color. You can do like a super neutral look with just like these three shades. And this one. So yeah, let's do a look with that now. I'm going to be picking up my, I need a big fluffy brush. This is just a Morphe brush. It doesn't say on it what one it is, and I don't know why. Look, it just says Morphe, and I'm not affiliated with Morphe. So we're just gonna go straight in with Sangria. This beautiful, it doesn't pick up too much, very even. So could be my brush too, but I'm gonna tap off the excess and just go into the crease with this shade. Now I don't find these shades to be as pigmented as the Bold Obsessions or the Pure Passion palette, which, by the way, is my absolute favorite palette from Milani. So we're just going to build this up until it's really nice and rich in color. But yeah, it's not patchy or anything. I think this brush is no good. No bueno for this. I'm going to take this Fenton brush. There is a brush set on Amazon for this brand, and oh yeah, so this packs a lot more pigment. That was just my brush. So it could be the brush you're using if you find that there's not a lot of pigment going on. We're going to sort of feather this up toward the brow. I hope you can't hear my fan going. Here in the basement, it is so hot. I have had requests to film in natural light. It's really hard, guys, since you don't know my circumstances, what I can and can't do at the moment. All I know is I try my best for you on my channel, and I'm going to explain something to you. In case you were wondering, I started this channel because I have two illnesses that don't guarantee me a very long life. And yes, I love makeup. I also wanted to help people. Makeup has helped me cope since my mom passed away when I was 14. And I want my kids to have like visual living memories of me. So I did start it for two reasons: to help people and for my children. I don't want to be famous. I don't need money. I genuinely love doing makeup. It is my outlet. YouTube really relieves my stress and depression. So those are for you that don't know and who are new here. So then I'm going to take my Sigma E25 and I'm going to go right into here, into the shade By the Glass. Picks up a lot of pigment. I'm going to tap off the extra, and I'm just going to build this on the outer corner. When working with darker color, always stamp the product first and then go in and start to blend. It's important to take time when doing darker eyeshadows because they're very hard to correct. So we're going to take our time and really blend. I don't find this to be patchy in any way. It's very smooth. It does have a lot of pigment. I'm going to do this about 2 or 3 times, really layer it up and get that rich pigment. Once that pigment is laid down, I'm going to take the Sigma E40 and very gently blend all of these harsh edges we have going on. So this is going to be a very simple sort of cranberry, nice purpley rosy look. And if I'm blinking a lot, 'tis because of my fan in front of me, and I think I'll turn that off in a bit. It's just very hot here down in the basement. So you always want to hold your brush way at the end, like a painter, because that leaves less room for air. That way you're not going in with too much pressure on the eye with the color, less likely to really mess it up. And actually, the less control you have of the brush, the better the blend is. Next shade I want to delve into is called Slow Burn. I'm taking this on a flat brush, and wow, that packs a lot of pigment, and it didn't have any fallout. This is using a dry brush. I'm just going to pack that right on the middle and outer corner. It's very pretty. Super shimmery. Very gorgeous. That's my opinion. Guys, I have something to talk about. I sweat so bad, and I know this is like maybe TMI or something, but I sweat so badly that I use men's deodorant, and honestly, that doesn't even work on me. So, those natural deodorants, girl, I've tried. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried and I have tried. I can't get it to work. I just can't. I think I'm going to go in with this same brush. I'm just kind of wiping it off here, making sure there's no extra pigment on it. And go in on the, and I broke my mirror somehow. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to go in with Ethereal right here. So this is sort of a light champagne. It's not picking up as much pigment. I really have to dig in there. That's strange. I'm going to go on the inner third of the eye. Don't really see much pigment from that color. We might have to wet it. On this side, I see it. Could be the lights. I'm going to wet it and then come back and see what it looks like. All right, so wet, it definitely works a lot better, but it is darker than I anticipated. I'm just going to take a flat brush here and go into, wait, no, there's really no bone shade in here. I guess we will just use our regular highlight to highlight the brow bone. So let's go ahead and get down to business with, I'm going to do all the eye stuff later when I finish everything up. Let's go in with our primer. So let's go in with the Superstay primer. You guys are going to be shocked at how, look how liquidy this is. I mean, it just drips down. But it goes with the Superstay foundations and all those products. Always prime the lips. And if you haven't yet, prime your eyebrows. I learned that from Wayne Goss, and it actually works. It prolongs the longevity of the lip and the eyebrow color you put on. So really pressing it into the skin instead of rubbing it all over the skin. That way you're not causing micro exfoliation, which leads to texture, and that's not what we want. We want a nice smooth canvas. This is going to be the only primer I use today because it's supposed to fill in pores and lock in makeup. You're pretty much locked and loaded. So here we go with the Maybelline Superstay. This is super full coverage, great for oily skin, combo skin, and I believe for dry skin. I'm not really sure on that. But I'm in the shade 130 Buff Beige. I find that the stick foundation is not as full coverage, but it is a very thick formula like this. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and I'm just going to pick up some of that product, start spreading it around my face. Very easy. I do think this dries a little bit quick, so you must work a little bit fast. I can always recommend you work one side at a time. That might be ideal, which is what I should have done. Practice. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess you could say. So yeah, these videos are a little bit longer, but a lot of people have requested that. So I'm going to get in between the brows here. This is the trickiest part. I feel like I hate doing brows before foundation, but I don't want to come on here looking ratchet and kind of disgusting for, I don't know, that part of the video. So let me know, do you guys care? What would you rather prefer? See, because now I'm going to have to fix my brows. But yeah, this is what the foundation looks like. It dries down to a velvety matte. If you're oily, you're gonna want to set this still, but if you're dry, you won't need to set this at all because it dries down pretty matte and like a velvet matte. It's super, super comfortable. It's not too matte. It's like a demi matte. It's very comfortable. And if you're dry, you can always add a hydrating primer underneath. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Super full coverage. It covered absolutely everything, every blemish I had, and it feels super nice on the face and very comfortable. I want to take this eyeshadow to the next level, and I picked up this CoverGirl Exhibitionist liquid glitter eyeshadow in At First Blush. I want to see what that looks like over top of this, guys. I'm sorry I changed my mind. If you like this look, totally keep it this way, but I want to see how these function. So it kind of looks like this. It reminds me of the Stila glitters. See how it works. So they don't feel crumbly or anything or weird. They feel really nice. This one does at least. And they are pigmented. I find, you know, there's a lot of dupes out there, and I'm just going to sort of gently tap that in with my finger. Let's see if it dries down. Now, it's not drying down super fast, so you definitely have time to work with it. But I think that that's really, really, really pretty, don't you? Let's see if it dries. So guys, after like 2 minutes, it's still not dry. I wonder if it's not going to ever dry down. So I wonder if that's gonna leave creases on people. If it does dry down, go in with a blending brush and just pick up some of that shade used there and just blend the top. I just put on a coat of Essence Lash Princess mascara in the green, transfer proof, 100% smudge proof. You're good to go with that one. So let's take our Super Stay Concealer, and I'm in the shade Light. I chose the shade Light, not in the shade Light. So I find that with the Maybelline Super Full Coverage foundation, I don't need to color correct under my eye or anything like that. And I just take the excess of what I rub under my eye, or what I use under my eye, and I just kind of go and stretch it as far as I can. So this is Super Full Coverage. I really do adore this concealer. It's not too drying at all, but it does dry down a little bit quick, kind of like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. For dry down time, it sets pretty fast. So I recommend just doing one eye at a time. So there's that eye compared to that eye. It's nice and brightening, super full coverage. I thoroughly recommend it. I want to show you this eye from this side. It looks perfect, but when I turn my head, there's a shadow there from that light, and I don't know how to fix it. But it looks completely perfect under the eye. And it's super full coverage, really, really nice. So to set the under eye, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Minerals Loose Mineral Powder in Translucent number 50. This is if you're oily, you really want to set. So I'm going to take that Total Face sponge and just dip lightly into there and set the under eyes and the T-zone. Wherever I put concealer, I'm going to set with this powder. This is really going to lock it in. It's not going anywhere. And if you really want to lock in your makeup for all day, if you have an event to go to, something like that, do a setting spray at this point. I'm not really doing anything, so I don't need to. But I would set the makeup after doing the foundation, concealer, and powder. Now I'm going to be going into another shade. This is light pale, but it looks dark. Does it not? It looks dark. I'm going to use the flat side of the sponge and set everywhere else on my face, just so that when we apply bronzer, blush, highlight, that it goes on really, really smoothly. We have a nice smooth base. Obviously, if you're going in with cream products, you're not going to want to set the perimeters of the face. But this powder is super, super nice. Really very affordable. I still prefer the Maybelline Fit Me, but these are really nice, and the Maybelline Fit Me, and these are dupes for higher end products. I will be doing a video on that, so do not fret. I just don't want to tell you what it is right now. I'm going to go ahead and go in with Sangria right here and just pop that on the lower lash line. I love this look. Do I think it's worth the $20? In my honest opinion, no, I don't. We have at our Walmart the Obsessions palettes and all that for $8.97. Think about that, and this was $20. Just using that Lash Princess mascara, and I'm just going to do a very light coat on the lower lashes. See, this foundation is totally impressing me. I have no pores, and really pressing that setting powder into the skin is going to leave it looking flawless, completely airbrushed. You have nothing to worry about when doing it that way. So beautiful. So that's if you want to look completely flawless, completely airbrushed, and you need your makeup to last all day. That is what I recommend. There we are with our mascara. For bronzer, I'm going to be taking my favorite bronzer, which is the L'Oreal Bronze Please in La Terra. La Terra. Spanish. So I'm trying to find my bronzer brush. Okay, this is BH Cosmetics bronzer brush, and I'm just going to take this and sort of stipple it on. I don't want to rub it all over. I first stipple it to get that powder, and then I'm going to roll it. Going. Yeah, a lot of people say they like my longer videos. So because I don't do YouTube for money or fame or anything, I'm going to listen to what you guys say and teach you tricks along the way and give you my best recommendations. I have nothing to gain or lose. That is why my channel is, it's the old school YouTube channel. Underneath my neck, around my ears a little bit. Just make sure if you have jewelry and you go in and use foundation and powder and all that to wipe off the jewelry afterwards, because it will show up and people will definitely, they'll notice. Just look at how healthy that bronzer makes me look. I love it. It doesn't really enhance texture or anything. It's just the perfect shade. For blush, I'm going in with this Milani. It's in the shade Coralina. Let me swatch it for you. It's a really, really beautiful shade. It's super dark, so you need to go in with a very, very light hand. It's contrary, you know, everyone loves the Milani Luminoso. I like this one, and I don't know why, but I truly, truly do like it. Can't tell you why. So I'm just going to take this brush here. It's a crown brush. Go in, look how much pigment. I'm going to take some and put it on my wrist, and then go in and pat to the back of the ear, from the apple of the cheek to the back of the ear. And just look how beautiful that is. Oh, it's so stunning. And I always run it across my nose and the rest of my face. I like that sunburnt look. If you are not new to my channel, you will hear me say that heaps. I love it. So beautiful. Ugh, I can't get enough of it. Adorable. For highlighter, what did I want to do for highlighter? There was something I wanted to do. It was an eyeshadow. I want to show you a trick. Okay, this is the Maybelline eyeshadow Expert Wear in the Glow Down. Watch this. How beautiful. This is my Milani highlighting brush. I'm going to take some of that, and I'm going to put that as my highlight. Look how glowy this is. I'll do a swatch for you. It is so blinding and beautiful. So this shade is only about $2.27 or something at Walmart. Walmart generally has the lowest prices of all makeup, at least for me. So if you want to pick this up as a highlighter and you're on a budget, my friend, let's do our inner corner with that. I mean, really? Looks just like a high-end highlighter to me. And a little on the brow bone, just on the arch. Go anywhere else, it's going to droop your face. We want our face to look really lifted. At this point, I'm going to set my makeup and then we're going to do lips. All right, you guys, I forgot one thing. This Maybelline Tattoo Studio eyeliner, it's up to 36 hours. Look how fine that tip is. Let's see how black it is. So that is super black. Let's do one eye on camera. I don't do wings. I'm not good at it. So I'm just going to tightline slightly. This is excellent. Look how easy that was to work with. So I set my face with the Pixi Rose Glow Mist. I shouldn't use a glow mist because I'm oily, but you can use the Milani. Oh, I have the Milani right here. Oh my gosh. And I'm wearing the Nakia Joy lashes in Natasha. These are made for smaller eyes. I didn't have to trim them and they are super lightweight. I already ordered her setting powder, her highlighter, and another pack of the no band naked lashes. So I highly recommend the lashes. I have another style, Victoria, I am in love with. I'm going to line my lips with Dusty Rose from Maybelline. It's just their retractable lip liner. And they're so good. So pigmented. Glide like a dream. Who watches me while they're getting ready for their day? I personally love YouTubers with longer videos. I binge watch them constantly. So here's our eye look, what we did with our eyes. I'm going to take the Pixi by Petra Pastel Petal Matte Liquid Lip. These are not drying or uncomfortable or anything. Add that. Has a really fine tip that kind of hugs the lip. It allows you to sort of outline the lip as well with the pointy part. I'm going to let this dry down and we're going to add a gloss and then we'll be finito. These dry down super fast, but they're super comfortable. They're like a demi or satin matte. They're very comfortable. You don't get that ring or anything like that. They don't stick together, but I'm going in with the Milani Gloss Topper in Gold Dust 01. I'm just going to highlight the lips in the center and on the Cupid's bow. And these sort of have a little tiny bit of a cooling sensation, if you will. So guys, this is it. If you enjoyed this, get ready with me testing new drugstore products and all of that. Hit the thumbs up button. If you want more like this, like the video as well so I know to do more. Drop me a comment down below. Follow me on Instagram as AshleyLamora26 so that you can be notified of my uploads because YouTube is not letting you know. And I've had a lot of people letting me know that YouTube is not letting you know. So you must hit that notification bell. From the subscribe, you go straight over and hit the notification bell and you'll be notified of every upload that I do from here on out. I love you all. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Hope you're having a great day. Bye guys.